Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be trying and testing a brand new product. In fact, it's a product that I know it's a brand new product and I've never tried it, but this kind of product I've never ever tried before. I've never put this kind of a product on my face. The product that I'm talking about and we'll be testing today is the Revolution Baking Oil. This was £6. You can pick it up from, like I did, your regular Superdrug store. You can purchase from superdrug.com. Alternatively, you can purchase from tanbeauty.com as well. And it is available in all three places that I've mentioned. I'm really excited about this. Now, I've had a little bit of an issue over the last few weeks. I've been ill for a little while with, I don't know, a flu-y kind of cold kind of thing that everybody seems to have had. And also we've had very, very cold weather here in the UK. So it has really, a combination of those two things have really affected my skin. I use most of the time, and obviously I'm testing out the Makeup Revolution foundation, which is total opposite to this foundation. But this is my holy grail, and I've noticed with this one, which is the Loreal Infallible Matte Foundation, my skin looks very cakey, which is quite unusual for that foundation because I've got a very oily T-zone. It also looks very dull, just not my usual skin at all. And like I say, I'm putting it down to the fact that I've been ill, it's cold, winter. It's very, very difficult to look very glowing and, typically, glamorous in the winter because all you want to do is just wrap up warm. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle. So one of my regular viewers, and thank you so much for mentioning this, said to me, why don't you try an oil? Now, I usually stay away from oils because, I have got an oily T-zone. But it's not the T-zone that's actually I've got a problem with. It's this area here. As you can see, I've moisturised in some areas because I won't be putting the oil on the areas that are oily, because oil on oil just will not work. So it's my forehead, beside my nose and around my mouth and my chin. I won't be putting the oil there, and of course I won't be putting it under my eyes. I have moisturised under my eyes. I've also added the concealer and did my brows and my eyes because I want to really focus on the skin. The product itself, you're getting in here, let me just 0.61 fluid ounces, or 18, is it 18? Yeah, 18 ml. And it looks like this. So you're getting it in a glass bottle with a little dropper there, just like the, I suppose, liquid highlights. Now, what I would say is I'm working from a wooden table and I've got it resting on something, and I found that it was on all of the products that I picked up. There is a little bit of an oily residue. Obviously it's an oil, it's not leaking really, really badly, but there is an oily residue. So if you do purchase this, just make sure that you pop it on something or in something, because if, like me, you work from a wooden table, you don't want to have rings of oil on it. So I've got it resting on something. It's not really bad. I've also just applied a little bit to my hands. In fact, I wanted to just check the consistency before I put it on my face. I always do like a little bit of a skin test before I use a new product on my face in particular. And I must say, I've got a real issue, I suppose, with very dry hands. I've mentioned it before. I really have to moisturise my hands a lot. I've also had dermatitis. It's just because, washing my hands lots and lots when my children were younger, and I've never got out of that habit. I put the oil on the back of my hand, and when I think of oil, I think of it sitting on your skin, not soaking in, just laying there, I suppose. This oil sunk in completely. It sank in. My hand felt moisturised, and so I had no concern whatsoever about that I'm going to apply it to my face. There was a tiny little residue of product on the packaging as well. So I just before the video started, I just wiped it off with my finger and it soaked in completely. I'm amazed by that because, you know, typically an oil, I'm just thinking, you know, like I say, sitting there looking very shiny. This product does not do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my cat ears on so that I don't, obviously I don't want my hair oily or foundation on it either. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unscrew it and then show you the dropper. Now it's exactly like, you know, the liquid highlights. You will not need a lot of this product either. Let me just pop it down there, and I'm just going to put a few drops. Like I say, you don't need to be overzealous with this because it is an oil, and I'm just going to rub it into my hands. And I'm just going to pop it or pat it onto the area that I want it to go on. It's got a very beautiful citrus scent to it, but it's not one of those, I'm not a big fan of those really stark citrus scents. I like more warm scents, and this actually does smell, it's got a lemony scent to it, which is very nice, but also it's like a warm lemon scent as well, so it's a little bit difficult for me to explain. So I'm just going to pat it on the area that I want it applied to, and I'm just going to put that lid on the actual product, and I'm going to leave it for a little while. I'm really impressed. Like I said, it sank right into my hand. It doesn't feel even the residue on my hands now. I mean, I'm just going to rub the residue in because, to be honest, and it smells so nice. So there is a little bit of residue on my hands, but it's not over the top oily. And to be honest, apart from my T-zone, I need as much moisture as I can get. So I suppose you can put it on, you know, other problematic areas of your skin, perhaps the elbows and your knees. I don't know. It seems like it's a multi-purpose kind of product. So this is all now sunk in. It feels very, very moisturized. It feels gorgeous. Now, when I apply my moisturizer, and of course you can see that there, you can see that. But this feels like it's sunk in completely. In fact, when I just did that, so I rubbed my hands on my face and then went to my chin. This, with the oil, feels less oily, it feels moisturised, and it feels absolutely gorgeous now on this area. But when I move it to my chin, which I have moisturised, it feels totally different. It feels a little bit oily. Obviously, I have got an oily T-zone, but it feels oily. But this, it feels absolutely gorgeous. I don't know, it feels like I'm putting a luxury product on my face, and it smells beautiful as well. It's not over the top. Yeah, it's not over the top, it's just very nice. Absolutely beautiful. Now for the test of popping on the foundation. So of course I'm going to be using my Loreal, and I'm just going to pop that on the back of my hand as I always do. And I've got my regular kabuki brush. I mentioned this the other day. It's just a very inexpensive set that I picked up from eBay. They are available. If you just go onto eBay and put in foundation kabuki brush, these sets will come up, and you can, I think you can still get them in different colours, but I went with black because, you know, it's just easy. Now, I'm really impressed. Now I've left this, it, like I say, it does feel moisturised, but it feels very, you know, it doesn't feel oily at all. Now I'm just going to apply the foundation and see how I feel it's applying. Now it's applied very, very nicely, but obviously it will dry down to a matte. So that will be the test really, to see what it looks like. So I always go down my neck. And I'm just being very, very careful not to take away my brows. I must admit, I've been struggling with my brows and I feel that they've gone quite well today, so I don't I don't want to ruin that at all. My first thought actually on applying this, usually I will use all of the foundation. I really feel, and I know it's only a small area, but I really have been struggling over the last couple of weeks, and like I say, I've mentioned it numerous times, but I really feel that the area that I've applied it on, applied the oil on, the foundation has really gone on very, very smoothly, and usually I have to keep applying it because you're applying more and more product to try and cover that problematic area. It's gone on looking so smooth, and it looks, yeah, really, really impressed so far. Like I say, I've never used an oil before. I didn't know what to expect at all. But I think we can all use this type of product at the moment with our, you know, with the weather that we've had recently especially. It really does affect your skin more than I think, you know, we're aware of. Well, I'm really pleased with that, and I've still got a lot of foundation. This area here I'm so pleased with because it looks so smooth. I can't get over how lovely it looks. Beautiful. So I'm just going to lay that down. Now, what I'm going to do is on my oily areas, not on the area, where's my brush? Have I got it? Yep. I have to mattify it a little bit. So I'm in the areas that I always do. I'm just going to mattify those. I just can't get over that. I suppose it looks, it's drying down now. And I can definitely tell the difference from the area that I put the oil on. It looks so soft, so smooth. Beautiful, absolutely love it. So now I've done that, what I want to do is add a little bit of warmth to my face because it's looking a little bit one-dimensional at the moment. Of course, I'm going to be using this, and it's the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Glow palette. I absolutely love this so much. This is my second one, and I just love this. It's a beautiful shade. It just applies really well. It's a standout product. Sometimes I use it as a contour, sometimes, I mean most of the time I'm using it as a bronzer, just because I'm using the Makeup Revolution bronzing sticks, but I want to stick to powder today. So I'm just going to apply it to that area, and I'm really interested to see how this applies as well, because again I put powder all in this area, not just foundation. I'm putting powder on top of that foundation, and again it's not been applying very well. It's been looking again very cakey and not as nice as it usually does because this area has been so dry. It went on really smooth. See if I can do the same with this side. do like to put quite a bit of this product on because I love it so much. So there's the contour stroke bronzer applied. It feels very smooth. Yeah, really loving that. It feels very smooth. It doesn't feel dry, doesn't feel cakey. So far I am very impressed. Now I'm going to add a blush, and I'm going to be using today Rosy Outlook from MAC, and I'm using my Wilko. In fact, I'll just mention this brush. This one is the NYX or NYX, and this is the thick, like a fan brush. I mean, I use it continuously. This is the Wilko blusher brush. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this. I'm going for more of a spring-like blush, hoping that the weather is really going to pick up. That is, I think, a little bit of wishful thinking. That is really applied very nicely. I'm just going to get my foundation brush, as I always do, and I'm just going to blend it here, which is how I like my blush. Well blended. So that is that applied. I love how smooth it's feeling. Gorgeous. Now what I want to do is I want to add highlight, and on the Makeup Revolution Instagram I actually saw someone using this in a little bit of a different way. So I know that it's baking oil, which I suppose, you know, the name of it, baking oil, suggests to me that you can put powder over the top of it, and this is what this this person did. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit of the oil on my hand, my fingers again, just tap it on, and then I'm going to put the highlight over the top, and what I want to do is see if that intensifies it. So I'm just so worried about it tipping everywhere. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on this area where I want the highlight, and this side. And I can smell that gorgeous scent again now. And already it's gone from my hands. It's amazing. Now I'm just going to do that up and get my, I think I'm going to use this brush today because I want it in more of a generalised area. The brush that I have been using and loving is this one from Makeup Revolution. It's one of their, and I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's called Highlight and Sculpt. But I'm using today the Morphe M501 because I want to keep it in a, like I say, a generalised area. The highlight is the Makeup Revolution Skin Kiss, my favourite one in Rose Gold Kiss. So we're going to see what this does over the top of that oil. Wow. I mean, I love this highlight anyway. And usually I like it because it's quite, you know, it blends in. But actually, that is amazing. So over the top of that oil, I mean, you can see there how reflective that has. And this is why I've used this brush, because I just wanted it to go on that area. And you can see how reflective that is in, you know, over the top of that oil. So if you like a blinding highlight, wow, that is absolutely amazing. So if you like a blinding highlight, you are going to absolutely love this oil just for that reason alone. Now I'm not going to, I don't want an absolutely blinding highlight on my nose. I just want it to be a little bit reflective. I cannot believe that. I mean, this highlight is good on its own, but the oil has made it, I suppose, wow, 3 times, at least 3, no, even more than that. I'm absolutely loving it. Now, usually you cannot see the highlight from on this side because I like it quite subtle. I like it blended in, but even I can see that glow is very intense on that side. I'm blown away by that because, wow, that is just amazing. Sometimes we want it a little bit subtle. Sometimes we want it blinding. And if you do, you need to get that oil. You're going to absolutely love it. Now, what I'm going to do, just to finish the look, I'm still shocked by this glow. To finish the look, I'm going to finish my lips, and I'm using my favourite combination at the moment, and it is, of course, the Renaissance lip liner in Chauffeur. So I'll just apply that. I just can't get over that. I love, love, love that lip liner. And then the lipstick, I love this as well. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to have a look at my skin. It doesn't feel oily, doesn't feel cakey. I'm so impressed with how it feels on my skin. Of course, I would recommend you, moisturize as well. I have used half the amount of foundation because usually I find it quite difficult to, especially this area, for it to glide on. So it's allowed the foundation to glide on. It looks so smooth, so seamless. I hope you can see that. It just looks amazing. And then when I put the Renaissance Glow over the top, again, it just glided on because there was no cakiness. I'm so impressed. And that highlight, that highlight is intense and it is absolutely blinding. I love this. I absolutely love it. I would recommend this to anybody, even if you don't have dry skin or you don't want it as a, necessarily as a skin product. If you love highlight and you love that your highlight to be blinding, you need to get this and you need to bathe in it and then pop your highlight on, because this will give you that intense glow, and it's only £6. It's amazing. I'm blown away by it. Absolutely blown away by that glow. So I'm just going to take my cat ears off. I think I found a product that is going to help me, particularly with my dry skin. I think it's going to certainly give me a glow. If you are going to any type of party or anything like that and you want to really shine, you need that oil. Not only does, and it looks so smooth as well, doesn't it? It looks smooth. My face looks smooth where I've applied it. I can't stop looking at it because that glow is just amazing. I am absolutely thrilled that I picked it up. I was in two minds. Thank you to my viewer who mentioned oil. I didn't think it would work for me, but it really has. I can't get over how smooth my skin looks. I'm amazed by it. I will put the links down below for you if you want to purchase it, either from Superdrug or, of course, tanbeauty.com. I really want to hear receive your feedback. I really want to know what you're thinking about this product. I'm blown away by it, so I really would love to hear your thoughts on it, as always. I would also just like to thank anyone who commented yesterday on me getting to 6,000 subscribers. I'm now well over that, and I just so appreciate your lovely, lovely comments. I really wanted to thank you personally because you made such an effort yesterday to, comment on my 6,000 subscriber. So I really, really appreciate that as always. And of course, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would really, really love you to subscribe. And of course, you can hit that notification bell to be notified of the videos that I upload. It is every single day apart from Sunday though, so yeah, be a lot of notifications. But I love sharing all of the makeup that I find, and yeah, I just love sharing everything, all my makeup particularly, and fashion hauls as well. But until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.